Hey everybody, welcome back to Video Game Esoterica and our continuing series on the Wii U, and today we're taking a look at Rayman Legends, which is an absolutely gorgeous and outstanding 2D platform game, as good as any 2D Mario game Nintendo's ever made. Controversial statement, but I do firmly believe that. Before we get too far involved, you can do me a huge favor, go down below, hit like and subscribe, ring that notification bell, definitely helps us out, and if you feel so inclined, we got a Patreon link down there as well. But Rayman Legends is just a near perfect, absolutely perfect 2D platforming game. The only other game that I would say stands up against this is some of Nintendo's best 2D efforts. It has everything you want in a 2D platforming game, and on the Wii U it is outstanding because originally this was in development exclusively for the Wii U, and then Ubisoft delayed it because of the Wii U's sluggish sales. But the original development goal of this game was to use the Wii U pad. So while a version does exist on the Switch and other platforms, to me the Wii U is still the original version of the game and definitely one of the best ones you can play. But just moving through the levels here, this game has an absolute insane sense of flow. Everything moves at a really nice pace, and when you're playing the game well, it feels flawless. This is definitely a game where if you die, you make a mistake, the only person you can blame is yourself, because these are some of the most responsive controls in gaming I've ever played. Every single move, every single jump, every single forward thrust, everything feels absolutely perfect. And that's a really great thing to say, because when you're playing a 2D platformer, if the controls and the responsiveness and the flow are off, it doesn't feel right and you're not able to play as well. But even jumping over these little fireball eyes right here, everything feels incredibly fluid, and it's just one of those games when you're really playing it well, when you have that flow going, it is absolutely perfection. And the bummer about this is that neither one of these games sold really well. Rayman Origins did well enough to warrant a sequel, and Legends, apparently, at least according to Wikipedia, made enough money for Ubisoft to be profitable, but we haven't seen a third game in this series. Now, of course, Rayman's been around for a while, but I'm talking about this type of Rayman game, because when the previews for the first game and this game came out, I was absolutely blown away because the art is just absolutely gorgeous. You cannot see a single pixel. All the animations for all the characters look like some of the best animations I've ever seen in gaming, and everything's running at a pure 60 frames a second. I don't see any slowdown whatsoever. And I do love here in these little rooms, you get puzzle rooms as well. After you walk by a certain portion, those platforms go away and you need to be able to remember what's going on. But you'll see I failed and was still able to, with the controls, self-arrest that fall and succeed anyway. And that's the amazing part about this game, is there's so many different ways to play it. You can be slow and methodical, or when you get really good at the game, you can rush forward knowing that you can get yourself out of a lot of sticky situations just by being able to control your character. And that is something that's really enjoyable about the game, and it kind of feels like a more modern version of Super Mario World or Yoshi's Island, where everything is just feeling like it should. That's the number one takeaway, other than this game being incredibly fun when I play it, is that I've never played a game that has such great sense of character control, momentum, responsiveness. When you're playing this game and you're doing it extremely well, it feels second nature, like your mind is making decisions that you're not quite aware of yet, and that is just the way that I want to be playing a game. But I can't say enough about how outstanding the environment art is, the backgrounds are, that area right there where you go from the foreground to the background and vice versa. It's just a beautiful game. And the soundtrack, while subdued in spots, is also excellent. But it has exactly what you want in a platform game as well, because it is a collectathon. You have so many different areas to uncover, so many different collectibles, you can play a ton. But then you get these really interesting stages where it becomes a 2D rhythm game. I love these. They're some of the most challenging levels in the game, and you need to be 100% perfect playing the entire way through. If you die, you go back to the beginning. There are no checkpoints. So getting this done from start to finish feels like a massive accomplishment. Every jump is timed, every forward thrusts, every wall run. You only have a few frames to execute it perfectly, and you'll see here, I was 2 frames off and I jumped right into a spike. Coming right back, magic of editing, to where that area was again, and now everything has to be done perfectly. But when you're on it and it's working, it feels incredible. But listen to the music for a second, it is great, and I'll be back and we'll talk a little bit more about the other fun things Rayman Legends has to offer. Just being able to get through that sequence of jumps feels great. You, like I said, have maybe 2, 3, 4 frames to execute everything correctly, and if you make one mistake, you're at the beginning of the game. Same thing with those spike balls. And then it adds components onto it. It's progressively getting harder. We need to be able to jump and swipe at the right time so that we're both able to break through that bone barrier, but also not hit the button too early so that we don't have enough forward momentum to make it to the next platform. It really is platform rhythm gaming, and I love the fact that Rayman Legends doesn't just act as a platformer. It has other different variants of levels that you can enjoy. And now moving into another one, this is basically Rayman Legends' version of Black Betty, and I will let you listen to it soon. If I come back and start talking immediately, that's because this was still close enough to put up a copyright strike, but just enjoy this for 30 seconds because the game has a great sense of humor and charm to it that you have to kind of listen to and hear to experience. So again, I'll be right back. I mean, how can you not absolutely be loving and charmed by that in equal measure? I've never seen a game do anything like this. Obviously, I played rhythm games before and I played platform games before, but I love how Rayman Legends marries those two things together. And the great thing about this game is it has a really unique and nice flow to it. Just when you're done playing a level that's really fast-paced like that, you'll get something like this. And granted, I can't show you the direct feed from the Wii U pad because there is no easy way to capture it. But now we're playing a slower level where Murphy here has to basically articulate where the characters are going to go based on your inputs on the Wii U touchscreen. And the timing of how these levels to come out is excellent because you've probably played 2 or 3 fast-paced levels, a lot of jumping, a lot of attacking and platforming, and then when you're kind of feeling like you've been doing that for a while, the game is going to give you something else to do. Not including the fact that most, if not all, of the levels from Rayman Origins have been remixed and included into this game. So when you purchase it, you're not only getting the entire Rayman Legends experience, you're getting basically the entire first game in the package with some variants, and that just makes it incredible. And this isn't the most expensive game you're going to find on Wii U either. It is available on the Switch, but if you have a Wii U and you haven't played this game yet, I can't recommend it enough, and I would 100% suggest you buy the Wii U version because it was the target console that they wanted to make it for. Short of that, that is Rayman Legends. I can't recommend it highly enough. If you love 2D platformers, you definitely need to check it out. We'll be back next Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday with videos as well, but thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you guys next time. Hope you enjoyed the video. Take it easy. Bye-bye.